All right. Good morning, y'all. This is True Told TV, and I'm Ezra Drew. And what I want to talk about today is the phrase, all men. All men do this. All men do that. All men cheat. Oh, man, any man would have hit that. Any man would have hit that, man. She was fine. She was thick. She was a red bone. Any man would have done that. What did Turk say one time? Now, let me know if I'm wrong. I'm not dissing Turk because I was a Hot Boy fan. I still am. All men, everybody gonna play the gay game. We all got homies that gonna play the gay game. All men. Now, what's wrong with this statement? We've been hearing it ever since we was a kid. Is it not true that all men do certain stuff? Let me ask you this. If you were having a conversation with women about women, and you said all women do that, how does that conversation usually turn out? It usually goes left right there at that point, don't it? As soon as you say all women, nobody's listening anymore. They all start talking over you. They started talking at you. Why? Because everybody knows that it's virtually impossible for every woman on God's green earth to do the same thing. Now, you might have certain influences like music, movies, media, social media, that push certain agendas that cause a large majority of women to do certain things, but not all women. Because you have women with different religions, different influences, different personalities, different upbringings, different ideas of what's right and what's wrong and what's okay and what's not. So everybody knows that. But when it comes to men, it seems like we have bought into that. Ever since I was a kid, I've been hearing certain comedians saying, all men cheat. And like the old adage goes, the truth is told through the joke. So just because somebody says something like a joke and everybody starts laughing don't mean that people don't really believe that it's true. Because if you listen to comedians talk about how they come up with some of their best material, they'll tell you, you'll find that comedians are very intelligent people because they figure out a way to make the truth funny. Most of the stuff they be saying is true, but just because it sounds good don't mean it's true, and just because a comedian said it and it sounds good don't make it true. My point is this. All men cheat. All men are gonna have sex with a female if she's attractive. All men play the gay game and other different little things. That would be virtually impossible. I have never been around a group of any of my homeboys that was playing some gay games. I've heard about dudes over there in them other circles playing gay games. But I have never personally been around some group of dudes. And I used to hang around in gangs of dudes when I was a young man like most of us. And when nobody playing no gay games, the dudes I hung around, we didn't even play about being gay. I still don't play about being gay. I've never been playing a game of basketball, somebody smacked me on my ass. Never. I've never been playing football, somebody smacked me on my ass. From the age of 30 until right now, I'm 44. I ain't cheated on nobody. I know men that don't cheat on their women, because you already know if you cheating on your girl or if a female's cheating on that dude, she gonna tell her friends most of the time because they tell their friends the secrets. We tell our friends the secrets, the thing we don't want everybody to know. So if we cheating on our girl, our friends probably gonna know we cheating before our girl know it. So we ain't got no reason to lie to each other. And I know dudes who don't cheat on their girl. And they got principles and they got reasons why they don't do that. I'm one of the dudes who do that. So no, all men don't cheat. And then you have these little shows like Jerry Springer or Steve Wilco or these different shows where they put a dude in the green room and then they put some female decoy in there and she comes in there and starts flirting with him and he always falls for her. That's because that's good for ratings. But they couldn't put me in one of those green rooms and my girl sitting out here and I'm gonna be in this room flirting with this girl. I'm just not in that stage of life no more. Now, maybe if they had to put me in that room when I was like 21, 22, hey, I would have got caught up like everybody else. But life comes in stages. When I was young, I was immature. But like the Bible says, man, when I was a child, I thought I was a child. I done things as a child. But when I became a man, I put away my childish ways. You're gonna, most of the time, if you're developing healthy, you're gonna grow out a lot of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And then some stuff, according to your principles, according to your upbringing, according to who your role models were when you were growing up, and who you look up to now, and what kind of person you aspire to be, you're gonna do certain stuff and not do certain stuff. You got me. It was men of God that wrote the Bible. It was men of God that established principles, established integrity. God is indeed a man. Whether you want, it's not debatable whether you want to say he might be this, he might be that. He is a male. Christ was a male, a man, and he still is. Humanity and morality were established by men. So it would be impossible to say all men cheat, all men do all this bad stuff, because you know that there's some men out there that just are not cut like that. So as men, we have to stop accepting that. Women don't accept that when you say all women, and we shouldn't accept that when somebody say all men. If somebody say all men, the conversation need to go left a little bit, or it need to be corrected, put back on course. Because now, even when men say that, what you're doing most of the time, you can't stop cheating on your girl. You play the gay game. You don't have no restraint to where every time a fine female try to get you caught up in a situation where you can have a problem with your girl, you fall for it every time. Or, you know what I'm saying, when a fine female gives you some play, you know you shouldn't even go that way because you got somebody already. You go and you try to cheat on your girl. That's your shortcomings. And then when you get caught up, you've been taught you can say, well, all men do that. Any man would have did that. And now you're making your shortcomings my shortcomings. You're making your weaknesses my weaknesses. You're making your insecurities my insecurities. And every other man's insecurities out there who ain't rocking like that. Stand on yours like a man. And don't be talking about all men do it. Because all men don't do it, homie. You do it. Now, gotta get up out of here. This is Truth Told TV. And I'm Mr. Joe. Salute. Peace.